find time and space required to complete even the minimum non-budget expected of a new bhakta, then what of achieving the advanced internal devotional realizations needed to become, for the benefit of one's disciples, anything better than a half-baked cookie? To hell with the undignified, artfully employed, hard-nosed, cunningly politic, cold-shouldering, dog-eat-dog, bureaucratic, ecclesiastical, oligarchic spin control. Has anyone ever achieved prema by this approach? It's almost over. To hell with religio-institutional mass consensual trance. To hell with being a pawn on the religio-managerialist chessboard of any stool-passing mortal. To hell with coyly compromising the truth to kowtow to the cacophonous misconclusions of dull-headed, under-enlightened ecclesiastics of religio-executive clout. To hell with all the rubbish, time-wasting, power-politicking, religio-institutional, inter-institutional hostilities. Are there not yet innumerable grumblers intent on being inexorably encumbered by such endless trivial affairs? To hell with in-house party-spirited, pseudo-disciplined partiality. To hell with the materially concocted hallucination of having so-called friends and enemies among the Vaishnavas. To hell with the perfidiously inflicted, heartlessly top-heavy, centralized manipulation of manpower and money, on the threadbare plea of spreading love of Godhead to such scheming preoccupations now indispensably supersede our life's mission of becoming mad after Krishna. To hell with scrambling to savor varieties of mundane rasa on the pretext of fostering socially feasible spiritual enrichment. To hell with the fools who conscientiously avoid hearing, chanting, and remembering the Lord's Rasa Leela and other Mathurya pastimes with the gopis. They will never attain perfection. If I chance to encounter the likes of such impostor Vaishnavas, I will close my ears to their philosophical absurdities, refuse to see their faces, and scorn the dismal air about their corpse-like material bodies. To hell with fashionably passing off sub-religious quasi-Krishna conscious eclecticism as harmonious devotional practice. To hell with being anyone's giggling guru. To hell with being anyone's giggling disciple. To hell with the deliberate dumbing down of the Krishna consciousness movement. To hell with pandering to the psychophysical indulgences of the movement's lowest common denominator. To hell with the deaf ears of the conceited, self-complacent, ivory-towered religio-administrative elitist. To hell with spineless, self-serving ecclesiastico-political correctitude. To hell with our having distributed billions and trillions of transcendental literatures all over the world in scores of languages to give everyone else a chance to become fully Krishna conscious. I say to hell with it all.
Haribol.
I'm going to finish now, just now. Much of the afore denounced may be wonderful, meritorious, or pressingly, depressingly important on one level or another. But if in the end, after all is said and done, we ourselves as individuals could not effectively grasp, take to heart, factually realize, and blissfully relish the deepest essential living import of the Gaudiya Vaishnava Siddhanta, learning to love Brajendanandan Sham by carefully pursuing the bhavas of the supra exemplary damsels of Braja, what would we have really gained from the whole affair? Truly speaking, what would be the sense or significance of any other allegedly laudable undertaking or feat? Are we merely amassing sukriti or duskriti for another valiant try in some future birth, or what? An inconversant step in hopefully the right direction? Do we really know what we are doing? Do we want Krishna prema or not? Kindly do not hastily suspect these questions to be in any way inconsequential. Okay, Krishna consciousness is a gradual process, as gradual as we make it for ourselves and others. It really doesn't have to be that gradual though. Candidly speaking, charity really begins at home. It's true that the highest realization is to take all risk, to go out of one's way to save the world. That is our mission for sure. Even so, still higher than that, Ultimately, the very highest realization, the profoundest mission, is to save oneself. First, make yourself spiritually fit. Doctor, heal thyself. First, chant and dance in ecstasy like a madman. Then worry about saving the rest of the world. Higher than becoming guru is to become an accomplished, fully self-realized disciple. And that hardly implies that one should pompously pose as a king with no clothes to passionately impress the little neophytes with how much one might have superficially garnered from the lines of letters on the pages of piles of books. A mesmerizing, ostentatious, cerebral miscellany indeed. Nowhere is it mentioned in any Shastra that neophytes and intermediate devotees achieve prema by initiating hundreds and thousands of disciples. It is really best not to accept any disciples at all. Better by far, as a matter of common decency, we humbly endeavor to chant Shuddhanam via the intent prosecution of Yuga Dharma Nam Sankirtan with a view to achieve ultimate Rag Maya perfection at the lotus feet of Srila Prabhupada. Then, by his grace, we may hope to become truly empowered, superlatively empowered instruments in the hands of the predecessor acharyas. May these few sharp but truthful words serve to stimulate in the guileless devotee and increase sincerity of approach to his mission. Param Vijayate Shri Krishna Nam Sankirtan Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Om Tat Sat. Thanks a lot. Vancha Kalpatruvyascha Kripa Sindhu Vyayascha. Vaishnave Namo.